Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to United View, and we are here at UCLA in the Hall of Champions.
Hall of Champions,
Hall
bro.
of
As you can see,
Champions.
like they had to. This hall is big.
Massive.
This is all behind us. Titles,
Silverware.
silverware, title
Gauntlets.
charge. Even
Stamps.
they've even got title watches, bro.
Title watches, bro.
So
There's
it's
probably
crazy.
title rings. There's a big crystal chandelier globe thing to the left. It's all mad.
Don't forget the Infinity Gauntlet, bro.
The Infinity Gauntlet.
They've
Josh
got
is
an
going to show
Infinity
you, don't worry.
Gauntlet.
Josh is
Josh will
gonna
show you that. But listen,
100%.
we got bigger fish to fry, mate.
Bigger fish to fry. Listen, we're here ahead of the press conference as Manchester United are taking on Real Betis tomorrow. That is in San Diego, but the press conference is here. But before we get into all of that and talk about transfers and talk about, you know, injuries and how we see the team, because it's a Flexing KG show.
Flexing KG,
show. But this video is brought to you by Optimum, okay? Oxford Natural. The link is in the video description below. We're going to get into what KG's been doing and how he's been keeping his optimization up. But you can click the link in the video description below or scan the QR code on screen and you can get up to
75.
70%.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I went too far.
Up to 70%. You're just trying to add on more percent.
I'm
Mate,
lit, bro.
we've added on as much as we can, mate. 70%
is-
off your first order, man. So make sure you guys do that. The QR code, as you can see, is there on screen. Listen, I have to say,
You've been with
I
me.
know, yes, exactly. I've been with you.
Yep.
But your dedication and like the weight's flying off of you.
Yep.
Your life. What I've noticed is your lifestyle has changed. Like,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
on Optimum. You're feeling good, etc., etc. But you've actually gone and made the lifestyle changes as well. Talk
See
to us,
me,
man.
you
How's
see
it
me
been?
at breakfast, bro. You saw me one day. I'm talking about. I got in the ocean, done a 30-minute swim in the ocean. Hey, those
Nice.
waves. You saw the waves, yeah.
I was like, I know you're on Optimum, but bro, don't go in there, bro. It says no swimming.
Waves are crashing that now because as a surfers,
Yeah.
it was the same waves though that the surfers are
100%.
using. But bro, I got mashed up by them waves. But that was good anyway. Been doing that. Took one day off. Had a little cheat meal. Had a cheat breakfast.
you
Remember when I had
The waffles?
The waffle. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, man, feels great. You know, like the confidence is there, and I just like healthy and just relaxed and we're working at a high level out here. But yeah, man's optimized.
And I have to say, obviously, we're both on the day and night supplement.
Yeah.
We both keep taking that one. And again, the sleep, we've had to deal with jet lag as well.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been easy.
Yeah.
But again,
Yeah.
I know you always say the ashwagandha
Ashwagandha.
and stuff and the natural
Ashwagandha,
ingredients.
bro.
That is helping us sleep
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
Of course, we're in America. There's a lot of food that we want to be having.
And I ain't touching it.
He's not touching
I
it.
ain't touching it.
I've had a little bit more than him.
Yeah.
But in terms of again, I keep saying the sugar spike. I'm a fiend for that. I'm like, I need the sugar spike.
Yeah,
If my
yeah,
spike's
yeah.
up, I need it.
Yeah.
it. So we've managed to keep that under control. It definitely helps with that. And of course, I think it goes without saying the weight.
Bro, I get it.
So have you got a
Bro.
number? How much has come? Can you kind of put a?
I don't know, but I'm getting a six pack. No, Josh can confirm
Lines
it.
are starting
Josh
to
confirmed it.
appear.
And I was like, Josh, I think I'm.
So there you go, guys, man. You can get up to 70% off. We've got actually loads of messages from you guys saying I've ordered from Canada, I've ordered
Yeah.
from America. Just felt two little vibrations in my microphone. I hope that's all good.
Josh felt some vibrations.
But
in his microphone.
everything is there in the link in the video description if you don't want to scan the QR code. Or, like I said, the link, just click the link and you can get up to 70% off your first order. Right, man. So, listen.
There's a lot going
There's
on.
a lot.
There's a lot going on.
We haven't
bro.
had a chance to have an
Flexing
actual flexing.
KG,
Yeah,
Flexing
because
KG,
we're
bro.
on tour. We're doing like videos with Cobby, or
Things are
we're
moving
doing this,
fast.
we're doing that. It's so quick. Now is
Yeah.
the time to really dissect transfers. You know who
We got
we
to talk.
need.
We got
talk,
a pod, bro. This is what we
Yeah,
do.
we got a pod.
Again, so do you know what's really funny? Like, because we have to quickly talk about the Cobby thing.
Yeah.
The clip went viral. Big up,
Yeah, it was
done now.
everywhere.
Let's go.
Yeah, crazy,
Clip went
crazy.
viral. Did our job.
Big up Josh as well.
Big up, of course.
And big up the
Visual
guys
Pure,
at Venice
Ninja,
Beach
all that
FC
stuff.
as well. They're crazy.
Absolutely, but then seeing Cobby up close, bro. This is the thing that I got. That player he's not a six. He's not.
Remember I was like, see?
No.
We gotta get him up there.
Not a six at all. The skill and what he's able to do is he makes great decisions because he's been holding back all this time. You've got a player that literally can do how Brazilians play, pretty much all the skills, all the tricks, and all that other stuff. But he's choosing what is more effective. How can I effectively do it? When you compare him to Anthony, who wants to show us, I can do this, I can do that. This guy's like, I'm not going to waste my time. But if need be, I will. And that's probably why he's so relaxed. And the things he's doing is a walk in the park for him. But then next season, we must build this team around that player.
What I saw is, I mean, look, the rival fans and a lot of other people were saying, oh, he's done that against a bunch of
Doesn't matter,
10-year-olds
it's
and
not
stuff
about
like that. It was less about, obviously, of course, he's a man,
yeah.
like, compared to, it's not about, look what he did to that 10-year-old. It wasn't that bad. It was more about, like you said, how he was moving with the ball at his
Yes,
feet.
yeah.
Even when no one was there,
Yes.
you can just see what he possesses.
Yeah.
And let's not act that we haven't seen Kobe do that, like, in games.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
when he scored against Wolves,
That cheeky
he was
nutmeg.
doing futsal. Like, when he made Joe Gomez dance at Old Trafford,
yeah.
he was doing futsal,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah,
What we saw, it was almost like, so that's how he was able to do that to man in
That's
the Prem.
why he can do that.
Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he possesses that natural ability.
Yes.
It's really, really scary how good he is. And look, having some fun down Venice Beach is one thing, and obviously his youngsters there and stuff like that. But the natural ability of him, and actually, what I said to Dylan was,
Looking like he didn't win his FA Cup in his first season.
do you know what I'm saying? And scored a winning goal.
Like
And also, and so there's credentials.
Yeah.
Put your top bins against Liverpool. It's not
Yeah.
like someone trying to say, oh, he's just doing that skip. What can he do in a real game? Well, we've seen it.
Well, we've seen it.
We've seen him walk into England and sort everything out in the midfield.
Played in the final, mate.
Exactly. And also what I would say, though, is the temperament, though, of him. The
temperament.
personality. It was really good to see him, just how he mixes with the kids,
With his group.
how humble he is, how much, time he has for everybody. And
Yes.
he's so early in his career, but he's already giving back.
Yes.
So you hear the scouts and the coaches at United talk about Kobe's, his makeup and what makes him who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants the ball. He wants to enjoy himself. He wants to be calm. And some of the quotes that came out of the interview that was done was literally that. Embrace the pressure. Play football with a smile on your face. You can do that forever that way.
Yeah.
If you play through anger or play through other motivations or failure and stuff, it's harder to do that. But if you play for fun and you play with enjoyment with a smile on your face, you can do that forever. And he's just beyond his years.
Again,
Really
man,
good to
as
see.
I said, the conversation with his brother when he was talking about simplifying football is just one of the things that he's always had. And in their mind, they're like, look, we're just in a bigger, we've been doing the same thing. There's just more people watching now. And if that's the mindset of the whole everyone in a family, then you can only do well. He can only reach the heights. But honestly, I won't stress it further than this. Man United must build around that player.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
On to transfers now.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get to Wan-Bissaka. Obviously, guys, I know you at home have probably been onto this. Owen's covered this sort of a while ago, but obviously we're 8 hours behind. Let us catch up, you know what I mean? And we haven't had our chance. I want to get into this, right? Because, okay, there's a lot of opinions flying around on this. I've seen some people say, listen, getting rid of Aaron Wan-Bissaka is a really bad mistake. There's not a lot of people who possess that unbelievable trait that he has in 1v1 defending, and as a backup or when you need him to come in the big games, you know what you're getting and you know what he's capable of, and he can lock people up. On the other side, KG, I've heard people say, I don't understand why. Since when could we, at this club, could we not move on from a player of Wan-Bissaka style? What's going on here? Some people are thinking, have I got this wrong? We're Man United and we're trying to move in a different direction, and people are on this sentiment vibe, this heartstring vibe. Like, what is it? I can already see where you lie,
Bro, because it's hard because the grass ain't always greener. You know what I mean? That's the one thing. And at Man United, we've been plagued with injuries. And Wan-Bissaka's been someone, yes, he's had injuries before. Yes, he's had injuries before, but let's be fair to Wan-Bissaka. He's been available when called upon. He's played on the left, out of position last season, came back early. So when he does get injured, he is back in time. We've already seen with like Lenny Euros come in and already gone. You know, we have to be lucky that the player that we get is like, titanium, bro. He has to be someone that can always be would say availability is the best ability. Obviously it's not, but for Man United, it's something that we really need to consider. And the player that we're going for instead is, was it Mazraoui? Yeah. He's someone that does have a kind of a sketchy injury past. I don't understand. I'm worried about the medical department here. I don't understand decisions that they're making. And you're saying, well, if you have a player that is fragile, then we have problems. But then having great conversations, I spoke to the Muppeteers, and they were telling me that every player now is on their own individual training regime. They said they brought in something new, like even down to the food that they're eating. They're not all just personalized meals now. So they personalize everything. And they're saying, look, that's probably the Brailsford effect, where it's like, I'm going to make sure that these marginal gains are going to take us to where we need to be. So just to get on the Wan-Bissaka thing, mentally, I'm telling myself we have to move on. It sucks because if it goes wrong, there's all the told you so merchants will come out and be like, see, we should.
And it doesn't have to be like that. Yeah.
We do that. We
have to stop doing that.
We have to stop doing that, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to say, look, this is where we are. The best thing that we can do is pray and hope it works. Wan-Bissaka, good servant to the club.
100%.
When you talk about locking people down, Doku, he's locked him down.
Salah.
When you talk about Salah, locked him down. Sterling, there's many. The list is long of the people that he's had to deal with. Yes, the back post defending with the header and stuff. He's been shaky at times, but how many goal line clearances? How many goal line clearances have we seen from him over the years? Many.
Yeah. I've also seen some people on Twitter sort of suggesting like, you know, this myth that he can't attack, and then I saw a thread of like, you know, some videos of him attacking, and the Wambi special when he can sign it. Yeah, exactly.
The one touch him and Sancho.
For me, where I lie on it is this: is like, I just see it as really like simple. If you're going to replace a player with where we want to get to, we have to ensure that that player is better, or at least better suited to what we're trying to do. That's it. Like, let's take out sentiment. Because I can go on, I can wax lyrical for this whole video about why I love Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's come on the channel.
My nephew,
he's
man.
exactly the original nephew.
The original nephew.
Wham special. Like we
chewing
the
gum,
guy.
he's not bothered.
He's always got time. Every time we see him, he's always coming up. He's got time for everyone, and he's a quiet guy. But he's just a proper, true professional. And behind the scenes, he's wicked. Yeah. But I don't need to wax lyrical about the personality of Aaron, because we know that this is about football. This is about what's best for the team. My thing is if we're going to move on from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I need to be sure, or I want to see that Mazraoui is going to be a step up.
Yeah.
And that's the bit. It's not so much that we're trying to move on from Aaron. He's got a year left. There has to be a decision. We triggered that.
I think it's clever.
We want to start seeing better decisions being made. Business. And that decision was made from the January before to extend so that we can get to this situation where the likes of Lindelof, the likes of Aaron, there's deals to be done.
Yeah.
So I have no problem with that. So for me, it's more like you said about the player coming in. And I'm not going to lie to profess to know loads about Mazraoui. I know he played under Ten Hag. I know he got to move to Bayern and stuff. Like that, saying that injury record.
Yeah.
Now going forward, I know he is better technically. I do know that. Yeah. He can play left back. He can play in midfield. He's played a lot of games in midfield too.
So he's a utility.
So he's a utility man. So I'm not so much like, no, listen, there's not going to be anyone when we need to play against Doku. Well, no, when we need to play,
has to do that.
That's what I was going to say. Like Doku, like we've praised Dalot for being really good last season, one of the players of the season, if not the. And he's coming into his bag now. Like Dalot, this is your time. And
Dalot's under pressure now. This guy is good.
And if Mazraoui comes in, which it looks like that will happen, he should be pushing Dalot. And if he's better than Dalot or doing what he needs to do, then so be it.
Yeah.
And technically, with the way we want the team to play, if Eric feels that that's the right way to go, I want to be able to see that from this signing.
Well, it's a twofold decision, really. You're talking about the economical side of it, and finally, Man United are thinking about the economics. Plenty times we've seen a player like that will go to a West Ham, go to another club for free and kill it.
Exactly.
Go to Inter and win the league. This is the stuff that we've seen over and over again, and we had to buck the trend. We had to buck that trend that we have of just ridiculous. Just free, we're not spending, burning through cash. But then we've been doing this for years when we need the money. So I'm happy that we're going to go and get some money from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Yeah. It's clever.
We've finally made a good decision. And listen, I understand there's going to be difference of opinions in this because, like you said, Wan-Bissaka's been a great servant. When called upon, always does his job.
Yep.
And does have that unique skill set. And he's actually entertaining to watch as well. When you see some of the things he does, you think, how have you done that?
Yeah.
He's a very
doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Unique type of player. Yeah. But if Man United believe that, and then this coaching setup and the people that we've asked to come in and make decisions, football people, if they're saying that now's the time, then I suppose we have to go with that. Of course, it would be a little bit gutted.
Well done, Bissaka, man.
Because he's had a fantastic thing. He's not gone yet, but we'll wait for the official.
I'm still saying thank you, Bissaka,
he's
man.
Wicked, man.
That's it. I'm saying he came here, and a lot of players have come here, and I think they've gone down, or they've not been able to reach their potential or be at the same level. I think Wan-Bissaka's come in and just kind of raised this game a bit and stayed there.
100%. And guess what? When he goes West Ham, he'll be absolutely fine. Yeah. He'll be doing exactly the same. It's a good signing for West Ham.
West Ham are
getting a good right back. So we'll keep an eye on that deal. We'll see how it transpires. But all the early sounds on the reports was basically saying that he's now agreed personal terms with Wan-Bissaka, and it's just the fee between the clubs. So.
While we're on that as well, it takes us into what's going on with the right back, with the right back and the centre back. Yeah. Because again, Xerxes been liking tweets and stuff.
He's trying.
Xerxes actually doing operation. Let's bring people in, because they also asked him about another signing as well. They were talking about Xavi Simons, and he said, "I'm asking him to come as well."
Musiala.
Musiala. Yeah, that one is.
He said,
crazy.
"I've tried, but
I've tried. We're not
Just
getting
starts,
Musiala.
no.
Anyway, the Rafaela Pimenta, she's the agent of both Mazraoui and De Ligt. And the De Ligt thing, that's been a conversation. And Fabrizio's leading us to believe that we should be getting closer. De Ligt, like, are we
He's saying that De Ligt is still as he was, priority to Man United. I want to go there, and I feel like we're at this sort of. I think we're at a stage where it's like we're waiting for a domino to fall.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a little bit quiet now, but it feels like once that next domino comes or someone pulls the trigger next,
Yeah.
we'll get a chain of reaction because I think sort of like a Lindelof maybe or a
Yeah.
McTominay or
I think it's the
Wan
tour.
Bissaka.
I think the tour was holding us back a little bit.
I don't necessarily think it's that. Deals happen during the tour. They're talking to their agents. They got a lot of downtime.
Yeah.
I just think that because the deal hasn't been right for, say, Victor Lindelof to go, because he didn't play the other day as well.
Yeah, we've
so,
been keeping
you've
him
got
on ice.
keeping like kind of
Yeah.
what Arsenal have done with Emerson Smith Rowe. He's out here,
Yeah.
but they've kept him back. And
Yeah.
now he's got his here we go to Fulham, so he's going to go off and do it. So I just feel like we're waiting for some exits now to materialise. There's obviously money on the table and some bids that have been made. One for Wan Bissaka, as we know. We know there's interest in Victor Lindelof. There's interest in Christian Eriksen.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about Casemiro in a little bit, but I just feel like we're waiting for some dominoes to fall, and then we can start activating on the Ligt. Because
We spent a bit of money. Right now, we spent a bit of money.
We ain't getting the Ligt until someone goes.
Yeah.
But I think that they've told the Ligt that. This is my opinion.
I
I
believe
feel he
so.
knows that.
He's been
I
given
think he's
assurances.
comfortable. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think again, our footballing people who are now in place, who we've got to trust, they're going to work on some
Vel and
exits.
them and there. Since
Exactly.
the 6.
We're gonna work. But we have again, even before Lenny got injured the other day, which we've got the press conference next, so we'll try and find out.
What's going on?
Someone will ask that, so we'll have a better idea. But hopefully, it's
Peachy
positive.
would have been perfect for that one.
Yeah, but someone
Peachy
will do that instead.
Injuries.
They'll probably start with that's every question, Rasmus and Lenny to see
Yes.
how they're doing. But even before that happened, we said we must get another centre half.
Well,
in my opinion.
You know what's crazy with that centre half thing? At first, I was a bit relaxed.
What,
Because
you
I
was
was,
like, no,
no, I
don't
was,
matter.
I was relaxed. I was relaxed. I wanted a centre back, but I was like, if the window closes, what can we do? When Euro went down, the reality, you know that back to reality tune? That's all I could hear.
Yeah.
That's all I could hear, because then you go back and say, well, if he's not playing, it is literally Maguire, Martinez, Johnny Evans.
Lindelof if he's still here, but at present, no.
We have to move on from there.
Absolutely.
We have to move on from that being the back four. We're talking about elite back fours. You're talking even when you talk about Man City's back four, tidy. Hate to say
depth
it,
as well.
Arsenal's back four, seen it up close. Now we know
It's
Timber,
crazy now as well.
Calafiori.
Calafiori's crazy.
Then you're telling me, then that's wicked already. Yeah, and then after,
AKG.
bro,
AKG.
it's mad. Then he said, hey, he said
Well,
that's
you hate Arsenal.
the other ones. Then he said they got the main man them, Saliba and Gabriel, and we're standing here with our ones.
And Ben White, where's he gonna?
Bro, we're doing like the little thing.
Turn into
fam.
Arsenal for you, mate.
No, but I'm saying,
but you can see what other people are on. Is your point?
you have to say that is, bro. As a
It's
hater,
solid. It's
that
solid.
is
It's
true.
solid. It's solid. It's solid.
I hate to say
Better
it, but it's the
options.
truth.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So then now, so you look at theirs, you look at Liverpool's. Well, you
some
still got
tweaking to
Virgil
do,
van
yeah.
Dijk, but then after Quansah, you got some players
Konate's
in there.
good.
Konate's
Still
good.
got
so,
Trent. Still got Robertson.
So there you go. So now when you work your way through, and then you look at us, well, Spurs, Romero and
Van de Ven.
Doggy in the
Wicked.
10. We got again. So
Exactly.
you start to look at every team, and you say, well, if we're supposed to be the best in class and the most elite and the biggest club in the world, do we have something that agrees to that statement in defence? And the answer simply is no.
Exactly. And you can see what we're trying to build by getting in Lenny Yoro,
Absolutely.
looking at the right back situation. So
Yes.
we are trying to
Yes, we're trying
upgrade
to
it.
up our levels.
And that's why we're trying to get to. Listen, bids were flying in for Brantford. Let's not
Yeah.
know that they weren't, so they wanted
Yes.
him.
Yeah.
We got Lenny Yoro in, which was a big surprise. And we're going after De Ligt. So clearly, we want two really good centre-backs.
Just give me the light.
Exactly, just give me the light. And you add that into what's already there in Martinez.
Yes.
Obviously, Shaw's going to be here. There's not going to be anything.
I haven't heard anything about Shaw at
Malacia's
the
working
moment.
hard to get back. Maybe
He might be back in. Malacia might be back in.
Yeah, I think-
Watch
yeah.
out for that kid
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Watch out for that kid.
Yeah.
But so then again, at the back, it looks like that is
Gotta get it done.
there's a plan for that, and that's developing. But let's move into midfield.
Yes,
Yeah,
regards.
let's move into midfield in regards. Yeah,
Loan
as
obligation
we
to
said,
buy.
loan obligation to buy. Turkish in your face. He said,
What? Talk us through that. What
Said
did
it never. He said it can never happen. I've done a show one morning. I said loan with obligation to buy. He goes, you think you're getting him on a loan with obligation? Are you mad? He was doing it
'Cause he's saying he's too
How's
good
it
for that,
going?
isn't he?
Yeah,
How's it going, people?
And I said, how's it going, people? Welcome to the Big Six.
You ain't getting him. Love for the love, but you ain't getting him.
You're not getting him.
Oh, Turkish is a legend, you know. He's a legend. Big up Turkish. He's the
Actually,
best.
no, wait, hold on. I'm going to shout him out. One of the most hospitable guys in the world, bro.
100%.
And you know, yeah, I'll just say hospitable, bro.
There's nothing
Yeah,
more to say.
that's
Like,
the best way to
calm, cool, collected, hospitable. Yeah.
but with a good standard as well.
100%.
Anyway, we're talking about midfield and we're talking about this player Ugarte. I've already nicknamed him early. Ugarte's, bring him in. This is early. We need a ferocious,
Combative,
physical
physical.
ball winner. Someone that says, you know what, he takes pride from tackles. He takes pride from interception, takes pride from, and just that
Steel.
in midfield, you know. There was times where when we got cooked in the Arsenal game, where the ball was just, we couldn't find it.
And that's my thing about our midfield, right? When
Yes.
you did it with the defence,
Yeah.
you can do it with midfield when you look at the other teams. When we have to pull up to the Etihad,
Yeah.
the Emirates, or Anfield,
Yeah.
Spurs, or Chelsea, whatever it is, when
Yeah.
we've got to pull up to the big teams, and not even just the big teams, Villa, whoever else, when our midfield has to come up against these teams, when you're saying Rice, you know, when you're saying Partey, when you're saying Zinchenko, Odegaard, or whatever,
inverted.
when you got, even with Jorginho, because you know the balance is there.
Yeah.
When you're looking at, I don't know, Liverpool,
Newcastle, bro.
Newcastle.
Newcastle,
Do you know what I mean?
bro.
Even as I like Joe Linton, but you know what he's on.
Yeah.
Which is like we're saying, Ugarte. You're looking at him. You're looking at Bruno Guimaraes. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You're looking at people like that who are on it. They're going to have Tonali back now.
Yes.
So then you go into sort of like what Man City goes without saying. So when we pull up, it's like, okay, so you might have to hammer back.
When we pulled up,
maybe
we haven't
Eriksen's
pulled up
got to
properly.
play. Do you know what I'm
Flex,
saying?
we haven't pulled
it's
up properly.
only the Kobe and the Bruno thing, and it's like,
Yeah,
it's a new season for Mason Mount. Can it be like a new signing? Because again, can you pull up with a Mason
Hey,
Mount?
don't say like a new signing. He's a new signing.
He's a new signing.
Literally.
So
We don't know what he can do.
But like you said, building that midfield around, building a team around Kobe. Kobe needs somebody next to him who's going to cover grass, who's going to be able to win the ball back quickly, and who's going to be able to progress the ball to someone like Kobe and Bruno
That's what I was
in order
gonna
to
say.
affect the game.
The future plan is to build the team around Kobe. Right
Absolutely.
now, this team is built around Bruno. Right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
this is a Bruno side, and the midfield already. That midfield three gives me a bit more like optimism for what we can do going forward. You saw what kind of Fred offered us at times. You saw what a fit Casemiro could offer. The only thing with Casemiro was, can he cover the ground the way he used to? We're seeing him go to ground more than he ever did before. So we know that it's age that does that. It's age. That's a fatigue decision, you know, to jump in the way he is jumping in. You say, look, Casemiro's not doing that before.
Well,
Get across.
on that thought, from
Yeah.
the Muppeteers, obviously, a lot of stuff comes out from James, and Muppeteers have been doing really, really well.
They got sources, mate.
Got sources. He did say in one of his latest shows that the emphasis for Casemiro leaving has kind of shifted to how can we get the best out of Casemiro
Yeah.
this season, as opposed to maybe that kind of automatic, we thought Saudi will come, they'll take that. Because like you said, if Saudi don't come and that doesn't be a thing, there's nowhere else he's going to go.
Yeah, and we can't. He's still a legend
So
of the game.
yeah, absolutely. So I do feel that he probably, at the moment, it feels really cool about
Mm-hmm.
a transfer out. So I think he probably will be here. And then there is things like, not everything must be solved by you have to go and get a new thing. Obviously, long term, we know the situation with Cass's age and
Change the
wages
shape.
and stuff like that.
You could do shape things.
This is where the coaching comes
Yeah.
in, and this is where the whole kind of, if we're going to change as a unit,
Yeah.
and we've got new coaches in, and we need to be more astute with what we're doing tactically, we need to play in a different way.
Yeah,
The way we're set up, the way
absolutely.
we're drilled, what we're doing on the training ground. So how do we make sure Casemiro isn't exposed? How do we make sure that he has people around him to get through us, get us through the season and bring him into play?
Well, the point on that is, Man United hope to be in games where they're not defending for their lives. You saw in that
Correct.
cheeky 15 minutes that we had in the Arsenal game where Rasmus Højlund was. He's occupying the centre backs.
were on the front
They were suffocating them, couldn't let them breathe, and we looked good in that
Casemiro
moment.
was playing good.
Casemiro was playing good there, but again, when Man United now lose that midfield battle and lose that presence up
give away the
front
balls
and give away the ball stupidly, then you see these players get exposed. But when you step up, again, you're asking for players that couldn't do it. You lost Euro and things changed.
Yeah.
Because while we focused on Rasmus, we was able to play higher up the pitch. Now you're asking people to do. Who was the centre back?
Harry
pairing?
Maguire next to him.
Harry Maguire.
A couple
next
of
to him.
times where
And
it's
it
like,
was
we had to get that.
Was it Bennett as
Bennett
well?
after that, yeah.
They can't
Johnny
do.
Evans and so
What you're
forth.
asking for is them to play on the half, like literally on the halfway line, and you're going to suffocate teams in their half. You will see a better Casemiro if he hasn't got that much distance to cover.
Absolutely.
There you
Yeah.
go. So
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the difference. That will be the the
And
change.
you're not asking him to be sort of like a chief creator and build up or have the
Yeah.
ball too much.
Yeah.
Because like we say the Casemiro special because sometimes we're trying to build up and be technical and have some patterns of play to progress the ball.
Yeah.
And it will get to Cas, and
Yeah.
that's not the forte. So you want Kobe on the ball as much as possible. You want Bruno and obviously Ugarte if he comes in.
Mason Mount. You want
Mason Mount
on
can
the
he
ball.
can even look at that first half before
Mason
it went to
Mount.
shit in the first 20
Yeah.
minutes, getting on the ball, getting on the
Yeah.
half turn, releasing the ball at the right time because he's a
runs
tidy footballer.
What is
makes
what
good
is
runs.
runs off the ball as
That's
well?
what I'm
We're not
saying.
even
He can
again.
be a
That's
good
something.
player for us, man. I really do.
The
I've
funny
said it
thing
the
is,
whole
he
time.
will be a good player for us.
Yeah,
he
I
will
really
be a
do
good player
think
for
that.
us. And I'm like, again, when you talk about the midfield, because if you're saying, okay, where can we add the upgrades? So now, if you add Ugarte, it's an upgrade at the midfield. Now, if you take out McTominay and give Mason Mount those McTominay minutes, someone that can take good at receiving the ball, wants the ball as well, but good making runs, late runs, and he can score. That's one thing
Absolutely,
we know
can.
he can do. So we've almost said, well, we're going to swap you for him. It's not actually like for like,
Yeah.
but it's a different
type of player.
a different
But
type
what
of
we
player,
need, though,
but can give us what we need.
What's still alarming to me is, and I'll be honest, I just think it's scary how the lack of technical ability we have in the midfield to keep the ball. Like we
Yeah.
don't have technicians, and we also don't really have loads of physical specimens running around as well.
Yeah.
So we're kind of in no man's land.
Yeah.
So let's take out Kobe. Kobe's fantastic technically, can take the ball, can carry the ball. So we're almost saying, look, he can shrug people off and carry the ball.
Bruno can do that.
Bruno can't carry the ball. Bruno's not a ball carrier. Bruno's not shaking half turn and powerful runner and can get.
Oh,
past
no,
people. He's
no,
not a
no,
ball
no,
carrier.
that, but he knows
give
how to
Bruno the
use
ball,
He knows
and he's
how to use the
unlocking
ball.
stuff.
Yeah, he knows how to use the
because
ball perfectly.
He's technically sound.
He knows what to do.
But in terms of build up and being progressive and being patient, that you want Bruno at the top, coming into the box and making
But he
things
can
happen.
I've seen Bruno play that role for Portugal, so I'm very confident in saying that he can get the ball and open up and be
He can
creative.
find passes with
What
space
did
and
is,
time,
is
yeah.
I believe there was an instruction before that was like we're counter-attacking team before, so it's like Bruno
want
gets
that.
the ball over the top. You know what I mean? But I
But
think
we haven't really. That's what I'm saying. We haven't. I don't know. Like, listen, Bruno's not
Yeah.
going to be bad in this team because
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to be technical. But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is we need to get more players in because then you look at Cass, Ericsson. It's not quite working anymore. We have to move on from that. And then we've seen the limitations with Scott in there. His has just crashed the box. Get in
Yeah.
there. You can't. The build-up's not
Yeah.
there. Amrabat, he's not even here anymore.
Well, we
Wait
don't
to
know.
see.
Still,
No, but
that's
still not our player as we're talking.
still not a Fiorentina player at the moment. Just don't know who he's in.
No, he is a
moment.
Florentine player.
Well,
He is-
why ain't
he
at-
is their player.
Why ain't he at pre-season?
Well, he's their player though.
Oh well,
It's under contract to them, mate, not us.
looks
So,
very strange.
But right now, do you know what I'm saying? But even him, it's not
Yeah.
like a technically sound thing. It's just like a keep everything calm and ticking.
Yeah.
What my point is we need more technical players who can
Overload.
both take the ball and keep the ball, but also can get about the pitch. 'Cause when I look at all the other midfields in the Premier League that are doing well, they have that balance of some generals in there, some maestros in there, and some intelligent players. And I don't think our balance is quite right.
I want to ask you about, let's say we get rid of Ericsson, yeah?
Yeah.
I know Rabiot's still floating about and he wants a Premier League club. You know when you're talking about a midfielder that is quite technical, a bit of a bastard, and everything that you just described, yeah?
Yeah.
Just sounds like Rabiot.
Well, say you got Ugarte and Rabiot in there. It wouldn't be the worst, but I don't know. I feel like there's something about the Rabiot thing where I'm just like, we just got linked loads of times. Milinkovic, Savic, Wesley Steiner. Nah,
It's
let's
not
just.
that though. But
No, I'm not saying
this-
he's that
yeah.
player. I'm just saying in terms of the links that kept happening.
Yeah.
I want to see something different. I don't want to see that.
You're not at all for Rabiot at all.
If it
I just think
happens, I'm not gonna go
if
crazy,
you take him in,
but-
if Ericsson goes and you bring him in on a free, yes, there's financial stuff, but then we spent money frivolously on players that never turn up for
Absolutely.
us. You know what I mean? So I'm talking about a player that will jump in and be can be a part of things.
Yeah.
You go into a game, you say, I want to have midfield issues like, hey, who starts today? Do we go with more solid? Do we go Rabiot, pack out the midfield, Rabiot, Ugarte? You know what I mean? Or do we go Casemiro? Do we just go destroyer?
You want the options to be able
I
to do
want
that.
options to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, I wanted to talk about Rashi quickly.
Yes. Big
He-
season for him.
Yeah, big season. He was talking in-house to MUTV.
Yeah.
Just saying obviously how good the facilities are here, disappointed not to win against Arsenal, but minutes in
Yeah.
the tank, looking forward to the season, etc. What do you think we're going to get from Rashid this year? Do you
So-
think this is the redemption arc because that's what the data tells us that this will probably be a good season after
Yeah.
something like that? Or are you worried? Or are you optimistic? Are you in the mid? Where are you?
Well,
What do you think
Rashi's
it's gonna
done
be?
this thing, right? He went to sources, been having a couple of conversations. Rashi actually went to Oregon, yeah, and this is something that he did the
He's a Nike
last
athlete,
time.
mate. It's his
Nike
home, it's his
athlete, no,
base.
but he went But when you go there, this is like it's media blackout. It's
That was
serious
the one-
training.
he did that
It's
2 years ago.
before.
Remember,
the one when he
top
got
off,
the goals,
parachute on.
when
Yeah.
he got all those goals and
Yeah.
stuff. Rashi actually went back there. He went back there. He just literally he had a light holiday. This is what I found out, by the way, and he's gone there. Slowly, you know, when we're looking in training, we're like, bro, the kid looks sharp. The kid looks ready to go. The kid looks like he's got his mind locked in. He understands. He got dropped for England. They could have won. They could have won a major tournament. He wouldn't have been a part of it. That's got to hurt. No matter what happens, it's like I'm in a club. I'm at the team with Kobe. Kobe's gone. I'm his older, pretty much.
Shaw's gone.
Shaw's gone. And I'm here.
And Maguire would have been there if he wasn't.
And Maguire would have been there. Maguire would have been there on playing merit.
Yeah.
I'm here. Everything has to change. Rashi has to say Rashi definitely said to himself, I'm going back to the place where it's like what LeBron does when he put a lot of energy into everything on the body to make sure that I'll be there and ready for the season. He looks sharp. I hope he's going to get the goals. He already kind of knows that he wants to be here. PSG, you're not hearing the same sounds that was coming from before.
All of that.
This is his club.
He's not
So this is his club, but he understands that while there's a new people at the top looking down to say, well, what do we do with this? So he knows he has to impress them. The same way Eric Ten Hag has got a lot of pressure on, the squad members are not going to be able to half-ass it anymore. People at all levels of this club are watching the players. So we know he's arguing, say, who are we going to talk about? The managers and players. Now, someone's watching the manager. It's them same people
They're all being
are
held
looking at the players. And that's brilliant. And I think that should bring the best out in Rashi. If Rashi can just play with just knowing he can, I think Rashi needs to play with some freedom. Play with some freedom, not with the anger.
Confidence.
Just enjoy your game. I would love to see Rashi just enjoying playing football. You know, a smiling Rashi, which is a bit hard to find. But a Rashi that's enjoying these celebrations, want to see that.
It is massive. I feel like there will be a bounce back. There's no way. I mean, famous last words, but there's no way that I think you'll have a season
Like he had
as
before.
disappointing as last season. I just can't see it. I just want him to hit this moment, which I think is the make or break of like, can he just have a level?
He will.
That's constant.
Remember,
like, without these,
Garnacho-
we talk about optimum,
Yeah.
and not having these spikes in the
Yeah,
show.
yeah, the spikes.
It's like Rashi's the opposite to that. There's all these spikes.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
You're not sure what you're going to get. You're not sure how his hunger's going to be. You're not sure what's going to go on. But then what you are sure of is that if he does turn it on and he is feeling good, you know you can have a really devastating player there. And it's just so frustrating.
what
Because I'm
I'm
like, hang on, like, I need now a level of consistency now.
Well,
We
guess
can't
what?
keep the- you're not
Guess
a
what
team.
brings that consistency? The fact that we have options. So now Garnacho is on that. He wants that win.
Especially now, Ahmad looks like he's going to
Ahmad
be
is
on
arrived.
now for the
Ahmad's
right-hand
arrived.
side. So
Ahmad's arrived. So again, we do need a bit more. I feel we do need another winger to push them.
Depends what
But
happens with
then-
Jadon, innit?
Depends what happens with Jadon. But definitely, and we don't know what we're going to do Mason Mount. So, but we just, again, I don't think he'll be able to half-ass it. No way. And every manager they can have a couple battles a season, one major battle. He wouldn't mind getting to war with Rashford if he has to. You know, he's done it last season. You're going to have probably one a season, probably. If you're going to rock the dressing room, you can rock the dressing room there if you need to.
All right, there you go, guys. Well, we've finished off the Flexing KG show. We're going to be going into the press conference room shortly after this. By the time you see this, it might have happened already, but whatever. Going to catch up with Ahmad and Eric. Ahmad is the player accompanying Eric today as well. So there'll be loads of questions for him about how he's feeling about this season, what his expectation is, how confident he is. He's started pre-season well. Back end of last season, he was playing well as well. So really exciting season for him coming up. So really excited to see him in there. As we said at the beginning of the video, the link is in the video description below to get your optimum plan going. You can save up to 70%, and the QR code is on screen, which it has been for the whole video as well. So make sure you guys check that out.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We don't say it as much as we should do on this channel, but you lot, please do that.
Yes.
Like and subscribe. Road to what, 200?
Road to 200k, and actually we only got to 170k like a couple of weeks ago, and we're at 173k already. So since we've come out to the States, we've been flying up. Make sure you subscribe to KG Da Comedians channel as well. He's been putting in the work out here. There's so honestly, you see some of these vlogs. I know you guys have already. If you haven't, make sure you check them out. And the Flex, there isn't a video there yet, but the link is in the description below because it's coming. Yeah, it's coming, and it's going to look very basic because it's me. Subscribe for the Flecknology.
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to see me dismiss all the myths Well, some will be proved.
Yeah.
Some will be proved. But subscribe for the
Put the pressure on
Technology.
Josh as well. Josh has got a channel coming as well.
Josh has got a channel
got a
coming
channel
as well. I mean, there you go, mate. Anyway, guys, take care. See you soon.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.